Yeah, so what I want to do in this video is cover this area, obviously the Chainstay area. You can see this bike's in a state of basically being a bit of a project, where I've changed a few things and whatnot. This is what I've got, which is pretty expensive tape. I think this was about £15, but this is 3.1 meters of it. So I'm just going to experiment with this and see which way I think is the best way of doing it. The first thing I will do is just going to spray some alcohol spray on here, IPA stuff, and then we're just going to wipe that off and just get rid of any residue that might be in that area. Obviously you don't want to stick anything to dust or dirt. And there is that. The other option is, you know, you can get those kind of clear tapes, which I do have somewhere, but because it's clear I can't see it. Oh, there it is behind me. So you can have these kind of tapes. I think some of them call them Rhino Hide, and this one's got his own kind of brand on here. I don't know what it's called, back to front. Tech wrap. So you can use this kind of stuff. I just don't think, one, it won't last very long in that area. It's not thick enough. And two, I don't think it will want to bend round like that. You could potentially put a heat gun on there and essentially wrap it like you would with a vinyl wrap. It's essentially the same thing. But I had this Scotch mastic tape for ages, but I didn't really have any frames that I thought were nice enough to go and chuck a 15, 20 pound tape on it. And what I wanted to do was see if it was best, because what they do in the video is they just wrap it on this piece here and they just fold that down, and I didn't know if it was best to go around it and essentially create like a looped system like that, where it would go around like that. That's going to be massively expensive, but not the end of the world. You can probably tell I don't have tons of money to spend on bikes if I'm worried about a £15 bit of tape, but whatever, that's just me. So I'm going to do is unravel all this. I'm just going to do a mock kind of test to see how good it is if we just wrap it. And the other thing is with these little connectors here, there for the cable, for the outer gear cable. If you did have we had one of them as well somewhere, but you can get the neoprene chainstay protectors, and it would mean I'd have to wrap it around the whole thing, and I just didn't like that. It would have to go over the cable. So yeah, my idea was to start at an angle and work around basically like this, and then try and overlap in certain areas. And then it would end up something like that, keeping it tight as you went along. So yeah, I guess I'll just give that a go and see how we get on with that, really. It's a little bit annoying because I don't know how much I need, so I'm stuck with this 3.1 meters of tape. But it's not the end of the world. So yeah, I'm just going to start by peeling a little bit off. Some people do wonder if like this stuff will take the paint off if you did need to remove it. Apparently it won't, and you can just basically clean that with IPA, which is alcohol wipe, which is what I used earlier to try and get any crap off of this. So yeah, I'm just going to go up to this area here, and I don't know if it's best to do like an extreme angle or straightish angle, so I'm going to start about there. And I'll probably just speed this bit up anyway, because it's going to be quite boring. And probably best to try and pull on it and keep it nice and tight. Yeah, so for me to do it on my bike, it's just a little bit, so 4 centimeters over a meter. So it's not too bad, and I reckon if I stretch this a little bit more, I could probably get another 2 wraps out of it. So yeah, that's how far I got with my frame. Obviously your frame could be different. Where mine's steel, the chainstays are pretty thin.